Hi everyone, my name is Eliza and this is Eliza's Bookshelf. Welcome if you're new. Today I want to go over 4 recent romance books, or new releases too actually, and rank them in order from least favorite to most favorite. Here we go. Ooh, this one was a tough one. Christina Lauren's The True Love Experiment. Once upon a time, Christina Lauren's books were just like my top favorite of all time. But I feel like since then I've read so many that I'm like, there's a lot better out there. I'm sorry. I think this is the book that kind of knocked them down, and I'm like, are they still my favorite authors? You know, I'm not sure, but I feel like nothing hit the same ever since Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, and that's one of their older books. They've come out with a lot of books since then, and they've been just okay. Like Twice Upon a Blue Moon, what is the other one? The Honey Don't List. Those are just okay. Soulmate Equation I thought was good. It was enjoyable. And this is like a spin-off or like in the same world. The True Love Experiment. It was just okay. So if you love dating shows like, I don't know, what is Nick Lachey doing nowadays with his wife? He's like just monopolizing the dating show empire, I think, on Netflix. He has so many shows, but if you are someone who loves The Bachelorette or any of these dating shows by Nick Lachey, you might enjoy this one because it was cool premise, I think. So you have this girl, Fizzy Chen, and she's like lost. She has this career as a romance novelist, but she is feeling like she's not taking her own advice with her romance life that she gives to her readers in her books and stuff like that, right? And so in comes this guy, what is his name? Connor Prince. Anyways, he's a documentary filmmaker, and with his company, they're like trying to make a lot of monies and stuff like that. They're not really giving him the funding that he needs to do his documentary film. This is in San Diego, by the way, so this is very cool. But they tell him, his company tells him that if he wants his funds, just, you know, work with us with this other show first so that we can get more money. I don't know. It's like some sort of deal that he is forced into. So instead of doing what he wants to do, which are these documentaries, he has to do like this dating show. Yeah, so that's one thing that I liked about this book, that it was set in San Diego. I love San Diego, but maybe it stopped there because I don't know. So he becomes like the producer of this new dating show, and the dating show premise was pretty cool, I thought, but overall, like the love plot line itself, I couldn't get into, and I'll tell you why. So basically, he is coming up with this new premise of a dating show, and he pulls in Fizzy Chen to be the star of the show. If you haven't read Soulmate Equation, which is like the first book of this series, I don't know if it's a series or it's just like, you know, companion novel, but if you haven't read the Soulmate Equation, then I mean, you won't get lost because it explains it in here, but I think you would appreciate the characters more, because in the first book, you have this guy who like created this genetic type of testing thing where you can find out who matches you genetically to be compatible with you. And so you have like ranks of matches. You can be a gold match, platinum match, whatever, right? The more better the match, the more like compatible or whatever in terms of your genome. Anyway, so his premise of his dating show is that he wants to use this compatibility testing thing, and so Fizzy Chen as the main character, and then he brings in like all these candidates and tests them against her, and no one knows the results except for like one person on the producing team, right? But when the show airs week by week, you have the audience vote for who they think is the most compatible, and in the end they'll see if the audience is able to guess who she's the most compatible with versus like a machine or like a genome testing telling, or genetic testing telling who is compatible, you know. I don't know if I explained that right, but anyways, the thing is, like, obviously something goes on with the producer, Connor, and then, what's her name, Fizzy? What is her name? Fizzy. She goes by Fizzy, but Felicity. So obviously, you know, things are sparking between Connor and Felicity, but in the middle of everything, she's like dating everyone, right? Because it's a dating show. So I couldn't get into the romance because she's like dating these people when, you know, these two are gonna end up together. And I don't know, I just felt like it all got in the way. So it was a big miss for me, unfortunately, because I loved Christina Lauren so much. But I think I rated this number 2 because I couldn't wait for it to finish. But okay, so there's that. And then my next one is Sarah Adams' Practice Makes Perfect. This one I rated 3 stars, and it was kind of a letdown because I thought this was actually my #1 anticipated book or romance book of this whole year. I loved When in Rome so much, and I was really excited for Practice Makes Perfect. But overall, I just feel like I read the cheat sheet from her a long time ago, but I don't remember anything of it. I don't remember like how I felt either, but I remember loving When in Rome because of the way she wrote her characters. The main female heroine character, really fluffy, really goofy, and I don't know, just relatable to me, because I felt like as a person in my age with this house I'm taking care of, with this full-time job, with all these kids I'm taking care of, sometimes I feel like, what am I doing here? Like, am I an adult, you know? So I like the way she wrote her characters, but I felt like this one, the way she wrote her characters was so similar that I felt like I was not getting anything new. And you kind of have sort of an instant attraction lust thing going on there, or it felt like it, but I think it's because in the first book you probably saw these two characters eyeing each other already, and you know that there's some sort of attraction there. But I honestly don't remember them much from the first book, so it felt like a little insta attraction-y to me. So I'm sorry, if you want to know what this is about, you have this girl and this guy. She runs a flower shop, and this guy works as like a bodyguard for this famous singer who moved to the small town. The small town is Rome, Kentucky. So that's why the first book is called When in Rome. But anyways, so they already like knew of each other. She is trying to become like someone she's not, quote, sort of, right? She is trying to figure out what she's doing wrong, because she wants to have her own happily ever after. She wants her nice family and, you know, house and stuff in this town. And so she ropes in this guy to like help her with dating advice, and it becomes more than just dating advice. It's like fake dates, and then it like continues on that way. But I guess there is like fake dating in here. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. See, it's a little bit forgettable. Anyways, and that's sad. Next, we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. This one was okay. I mean, it was a lot better than the last two that I read, and so I was enjoying it, but I remember like in the middle of it, I just like stopped, and I didn't really feel like picking it up because I was just a little bit bored as well. Man, it was not a good romance reading month. So this one sounded interesting because I felt like reading the synopsis, I thought there would be a lot of angst and stuff like that. And so you have these two people who meet, and this takes place in Canada. I forgot the actual city. Oh my god. Takes a big, it like plays a big part in the book, so my bad. But yeah, these two meet in a coffee shop where she works, because he is like painting a mural in the coffee shop, right? And that's how they meet. They spend like 24 hours together because it's her last day. Oh, I think it's in Toronto. Anyways, it's her last day in the city. She has to move back and, you know, take over the resort business with her mom. And so it's her last day there. She wants to clear out her bucket list of the city, and he, because he grew up there, he is going to take her around and show her the spots and stuff like that. And so it's really cute. They spend 24 hours together. It's like flashback back and forth, right? Like now and then being when they spent 24 hours together. And at the end of their day, they're like, let's meet back at your resort in a year. And by that time, we'll update each other about where we are in our lives, if we accomplished our goals. 1 year later, he did not show up, and she's like waiting with her little bucket hat and like a bag of goodies and snacks and stuff like that, but she's waiting the whole day and he does not show up, and she's like heartbroken. Fast forward 10 years later, she's like, you know, trying to run her resort because her mother passed away. She's trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what's going on, and he comes in because apparently he was signed up from her mom as like a consultant about how to improve the resort. Anyways, and so now it's like, you know what, you stood me up 9 years ago. Do you have any explanation, or are we just gonna forget about that? So it was interesting, and you figure out why he did not go, and I guess it's understandable, but it also really sucks. Yeah, I mean, I was doing this as a buddy read with a couple of girls on Bookstagram, and we're all like, it was just not satisfying, the ending. It was cute and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it was anything to rave over. I gave it 3.5, so better than the other ones. This one is my favorite out of these 4 books, and it is Abby Jimenez's Yours Truly. Honestly, I was not expecting to love it this much, because my favorite from Abby Jimenez is still Life's Too Short. And since then, I thought the books were okay. Part of Your World I thought was okay. And so that's why I didn't expect much from this. And you know what? Come to think of it, I think it is the same series. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Honestly, I don't think like there's any characters in this book that plays a big part that reminded me like, oh, you know, this is part of the same series, the same world. So I'll have to recheck Part of Your World to see what characters those are. But this, so cute. Follows two emergency room doctors, and she has always wanted to become like the chief of emergency department, and she's like getting there. This guy is gonna retire, they're gonna pick her. In comes this guy, and he is transferring from a new hospital or a different hospital because of like some sort of family social circumstances. And so he comes over here and he is put up for like the position as well. And she's like super mad, like, who is this guy? You know, is it because he's a man? This was my position to begin with. Anyway, so she's like super pissed off to begin with, but he's like, I don't even want that position. So it's so cute, and it's so awkward because he has like social anxiety and it doesn't come off that way to people. People think he's super rude, super grumpy, very antisocial, and I love it. I love the way his character was written, and the way they communicated in the beginning was really sweet because she knew how he was. She understands what to do in certain situations and help him out. But they start off talking by writing letters to each other, and it was so adorable. This is so cute. Actually, this might be, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to reread Life's Too Short and see which one is actually my favorite. But I think it's still Life's Too Short because I remember rating that 5, and this one I rated, oh yeah, I rated it 4 stars because there's like a miscommunication trope in like the last half / last third. It took a long time for them to just communicate and talk, but I liked it. It was cute. What else can I say? There's a dog on the cover, and I honestly don't remember a dog in this book. See, my memories. That's why I was like, I need to do this video ASAP before I forget any other details, because honestly, I was trying to wait until I finished Happy Place to rate this one too. But I mean, I read Yours Truly first out of this bunch, and then like the rest of the books were just so disappointing that I'm like, do I even want to read another romance right now? So I was going to read this one and then rate it with all of these, but I guess I didn't. I have to have a break between all these romances. But let me know if you have read Happy Place and if you loved it. I'd like to, or if you didn't love it. I just want to know what you think because I want to see if I should read it soon or not. But this is the Waterstones exclusive edition. It has these sprayed edges. It's just really cute colors here. And I think that's the only thing that's, you know, exclusive about it. Let me see if it was signed. Some people got signed editions. I don't think I did. Nope, I didn't. Yeah. Let's see what this book is about. Harriet and Wynne are the perfect couple. They go together like bread and butter, gin and tonic, Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Every year they take a holiday from their lives to drink far too much wine with their favorite people in the world. Except this year they are lying through their teeth because Harriet and Wynne broke up 6 months ago. And they still haven't told anyone. But the cottage is for sale, so this is the last time they'll all be here together. They can't bear to break their best friends' hearts, so they'll fake it for 1 more week. But how can you pretend to be in love and get away with it in front of the people who you know best? Oh snap, is this like a second chance type of thing? 2 X's, 1 pack. Could this holiday change everything? Oh my god, I do want to read this. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you for, I don't know, listening to me complain about these books. But here you go. These are the books that I read. I liked this one and did not like this one. But anyways, thanks for watching again, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.